be limited, as I said, to this 20% of their rooms, but they have to apply for this, and it has to be regularly monitored. And it's just introducing such an enormous amount of bureaucracy into the system and lack of flexibility that we're extremely concerned about where this is all leading, because at the end of the day, once the government basically determines how a private business operates in this particular regard, this could be extended into other areas. That retailers could be told what goods that they can sell. Shopping malls can be told how many shops of a certain type that they can have. This kind of involvement in the way in which you do business is really concerning, because at the end of the day we have to be as flexible as possible. And our primary concern, of course, is that tourism is 90% of our economy. This is the basis of Aruba's lifestyle. This is the way that Arubans get their work, the government gets its income, that our whole way of life depends on a successful tourism industry. And our concern is that whilst we understand what is being suggested, this should be based on facts and on information, not on emotion and anecdote. And there was a study that was undertaken by PricewaterhouseCoopers in 2015 that was they were charged with gathering this information. What is the impact of all-inclusives on the local economy? What are the trends in the all-inclusive market? What are the consequences of some kind of regulation being put in place? And we supported that, because obviously if you're going to look at making changes, then you need to do it on the basis of facts. Well, we've now been told that this report is not available, that the information is not going to be shared, and that therefore this proposal we're not quite sure what information this proposal is based on. Our own information suggests that the all-inclusive properties do have extraordinarily high occupancies. They bring in a lot of people. Anywhere from 15 to 20% of these people will go out of the property at any one time for meals. They certainly spend at the same rate that visitors staying in traditional hotels when it comes to tours, when it comes to retail, when it comes to just basic going into the community. Obviously, it's a bit less than for those people staying in Ipoh hotels when it comes to restaurants, but they still do go out. And so because of the nature of Aruba and the nature of Palm Beach, we're not Punta Cana, where the resorts are miles and miles and miles away from the nearest community, and we're not Jamaica, where the perception is if you go into Montego Bay, or certainly if you go into Kingston, then it's not a safe situation. Aruba has the perception of being a safe location, that it's very easy for guests in the all-inclusive hotels to walk across the street into the restaurants and bars in Palm Beach. And so consequently, we're really not quite sure what is trying to be achieved by this. One of the concerns that we have is that it would appear there is a sense that the all-inclusive is having an impact on the restaurant business.